up to verse 13, the Lord is able to stay faithful to me. Verse 14 says, nevertheless, any good leader will always be able to say what is your strengths and what are your weaknesses. Look at the Lord. We do not want to look at Him that way. We just want Him to shower His love on us. But we forget to know that He is a judge also. And so, yes, He will tell you good things and He will tell you bad things, just so that your weaknesses, so that you can improve from that and get out of those problems, and you can rectify your walk. Yes, I have a few things against you. Is that clear language? I have it against you. You have people there who hold to the teachings of Balaam. What? In the church, they had some people who hold on to the teaching of Balaam. Now, who is Balaam? Now, he goes on to say, they hold on to the teaching of Balaam, who taught Balak to entice the Israelites to sin by eating food sacrificed to idols. Balaam advised Balak something. And the Lord is saying, among you, there are few who hold on to these teachings. Now, Balaam was a prophet. Was a prophet. Balak, a king area, who felt challenged by the Israelites, wanted to weaken them. So he hires this prophet to curse these people. In today's language, if you want to hear it, let me tell you, people say, oh, they did witchcraft against my family. They have done witchcraft. You heard this? Who do they go to? They go to a witch doctor. How does it work? How can it work? Because these people have understood how to penetrate into the spiritual. The Bible calls him a prophet. Why do you need to understand how to penetrate into the spiritual? You need to understand. So they know how to enhance the power, how to tap into that power to affect the natural. Calls him a prophet. Now, prophet prophesies it. So what happens is, when you go to a witch doctor, when you go to a witch, or when you go to the person who does witchcraft, he understands how to put his fingers into the spiritual, and he speaks a curse. That's what you call a witchcraft. He prophesies something, and then he gives some stuff and says, go hide it here, put it there, this, that, and the other. Now, Balaam was one such person who the Bible records. Now, before I go to the end of, before I tell you the story in brief, I want to tell you the end of it. He was beheaded by the Jews, by the Israelites. He was beheaded. Okay, that's yes, is recorded in the book of Numbers, chapter 20, chapter 22. And I'm just rushing through just to show you the important points over here. Balak's son to Balaam the prophet, who's in today's language a witch doctor, to ask him to put a curse. It's in verse 15. This is what Balaam, that's the second part of verse 16. They came to Balaam and said, who came to Balaam? Verse 15 says, then Balak sent other princes more numerous and more distinguished than the first. So the princes or the royal children went to Balaam because the first Lord he did not listen to. So he sent more powerful guys or whatever. Verse 16, they came to Balaam and said, this is what Balak son of Zippor says, do not let anything keep you from coming to me, because I will reward you handsomely and do whatever you say. Come, put a curse on these people for me. So Balak is saying, I will give you lot of money, man. Just come, don't stop yourself from coming. You'll become a very rich man. Just come and do this job for me. Balaam is replying, but Balaam answered them, even if Balak gave me his palace filled with silver and gold, what? Even if Balak gave me his palace filled with silver and gold, I could not do anything great or small to go beyond the command of the Lord my God. What? Balaam is Lord my God? Lots to learn from this. Are you willing to listen? Many admit and declare that God is their God, but they are saying He is also my God, and saying He is only my God. Are you with me? One of them is Balaam. He is my God, but even He is my God. So this who is my God, I cannot do anything against it. That's what he said. This God, the God of the Israelites, is also my God. I cannot do anything great or small against my God. You know, they understand that He is supreme, they understand that He is God, but they also understand for their own selfish ends how to compromise. This is a compromise, church, remember. We have God, yes, we worship God, but He is not only, He is also. There's a lot of difference in the church. And that's what Balaam is also. Okay. Verse 19. Now stay here tonight, as the others did, and I will find out what else the Lord will tell me. He is literally asking God, what should I do? What should I do? God has already told him, don't do it. Don't you do it, God has told him. But the money is there. Lot of profit in this. What should I do? Go on knocking on heaven's door. How many times heaven has told us clearly, this is not for you. No, please, no, please. Tell me again. What's your will? So one more night, we'll ask God. And the next day morning, he decides to go, and then his donkey preaches to him. I'm not getting into that story. But this is the part in the Bible where a donkey teaches a man. It tells the man, what a dumb fellow you are, can't you understand this? And a donkey tells him this. Okay, so we're not getting into that, but I showed you that your Balaam is saying, unless God gives me permission, I'm not going to do it. Is this clear so far? So, a long story, I'm not getting into the whole story because we'll be doing again the story of Balaam. I'm telling you this because it's very interesting. We are coming back to the story of Balaam. As we open up the book of Revelation, as we go into it, we come back to the story of Balaam. That's when we do it in detail. But here I'm just wanting to concentrate on what his teachings were. His teachings that the Lord talking about. So what happens is, he could not put a curse. He could not put a curse. He took the money from Balak. He agreed to do it. Every time he came to put a curse, he opened his mouth and only blessing was coming out. And Balak is saying, hello, you took my money. But instead of cursing them, you are blessing them. He said, what can I do? I'm opening my mouth and only blessing is coming. He just could not put a curse on them. So the money is in his pocket. Balak is like, he didn't do the job. He has to give back the money. Money is too tough. I mean, in the worldly sense. So he tells Balak, I will tell you what you should do. I cannot curse them, but I'll tell you what you should do and you'll get the victory. So he tells them what to do. We'll read these verses and I'll explain it to you. Go to Numbers chapter 31. 25, sir. Numbers chapter 25. Verse 1 onwards. While Israel was staying in the immorality, invited them to sacrifice to their gods. The people ate and bowed down before these gods. So Israel joined in worshipping them, and the Lord's anger burned against them. Now this tells you a lot of things. He puts them in camps around the Israelite camp. As usual, men are wired to look at some. A long story cut short, these women enticed the men because these women are worldly women and don't have kingdom standards. And one of the things is they don't know how. By somebody else, enthroned somebody else. This is what Balaam got Balak to do, and Balak managed to break the strength of the Israelites. And Israelites was weakened before these Midianites, to the point where God got so angry. And Moses intervenes and says, kill these boys and kill those women. That's the purpose of the church. Verse 15. Likewise, you also have those who hold to the teaching of the Nicolaitans. So on one side is the Balaam teachings, on the other side is the Nicolaitan teachings. Now the Nicolaitan teaching is basically, I am above you, I am superior. What I say, you listen, don't argue. Now this is happening in churches very, a lot nowadays and very strongly, where the church congregation makes their pastor a god. And the pastor said it and it is done. Nobody's questioning. I always say the supreme authority is the Lord, and understand it from the word. Whatever pastor says, if it does not fit into the word, don't do it. He's not the word. Jesus is the word. But the Nicolaitan way of running church is don't question your head. Don't question the superiors. Don't try to come against, you see this David Saul teaching? David tried to go against Saul and he repented and he called him father. They use that teaching. And they say even David did not question Saul. And he repented and said, my father, my father. And they use that teaching in the church and say, don't question me, I am your father. And they tell the church to do all kinds of things. When I say all kinds of things, one of the things that I don't like the church pastors do is, they don't insist that the young boys should work. But the young boys should come and set up the music system. They should be good at playing all music. There will be 3 or 4 worship bands in the church. And these guys will slow about practicing, because pastor said, after 2 weeks I'm supposed to worship. But he will not go to work. They get caught up with this spiritual, religious spirit in church. And because pastor said it, the parents, you should listen to them. But most of these parents have to put their head under the pastor. So the pastor said it, so what can we do? And the old man works, the father works, but the children will not work. They'll be in the church. The second thing is, the girls don't get married soon. What's the haste? All the world teachings are coming in. And hang around, they're losing their youth, they're losing their purpose, they're getting diverted in their focus, they're picking up all kinds of trainings in the world, building their careers. what is the church supposed to preach and teach? They forget, keep the scriptures one side, they do worldly stuff. And the Nicolaitan method is, don't question me, I said it, not do it. But when the challenge arrives and when the demand is there, then okay, it went bad, he backslid, what to do, I don't know, I think he went sinning, he did not repent, all this kind of things come out. The best thing is, understand what scripture says, forget the Nicolaitan way, you can't do it. Supreme authority, Jesus. Pastors, he thinks, let us stop there, let him guide, look from his life, learn from his life, but what do you learn? What do you learn? Because sadly, many pastors, their wives work and pastors don't work. And they say, we live on faith. Then if you live on faith, why you make a wife work? Why should she go out in the world and work and you say, I live on faith? What is the faith in this? So what's the example? They all get the boys get the same example. These corrections has to come into the church. This is the church, Pergamum. They have the Balaam teaching and they have the Nicolaitan teaching. And church becomes weak. This is what I have against you. Get up, face these things, correct yourselves. We need a church who's strong, not a church who's limping along. A church who's the power of the government, not a church who's like, what next, what's going to happen, let's have a fasting and prayer. Yes, you have to be having a fasting and prayer to step up, to climb up the ladder, not to just manage to breathe around here. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's what he's talking about, the compromised church, the church of the mixed marriage. Verse 16 straight away says, repent of all this. Repent. The man who wrote the majority of the New Testament was the man who worked. You see how God honors this? Everybody likes to preach, no, I gave up my job to serve God. There's nothing wrong in it. But the New Testament teaches you something. The man who served the Lord the most, he wrote the most matter, which we read and follow. Written in the New Testament was written by the man called, he worked, God honored him. And put what he wrote into the eternal book of eternity, the Bible. What he wrote. Yes, this writing of John and Paul and Peter and the rest. How do you know they didn't work? How do you know that they didn't work? Because you showed the verse that Jesus said, leave it and follow me? Does it mean to say that they stopped working? He took them on a training program. And he said, I will teach you how to use your skills to go now and catch men. I'll make you fishers of men. He never said, I'll make you full-time workers. You'll be fishers of men. In your skills, you'll be also catching fish. Because if you come to John's Gospel chapter 21, they caught the fish and he didn't rebuke them for catching fish. That's the last gospel. That's the last chapter in that gospel. He didn't rebuke them for catching fish. He told Peter, go and feed my lamb. Somebody get on a hotspot. Who's got a better listening? Thank you, Lord. You get the point? When they walk away after these instructions, feed my lamb, take care of my sheep, I'm sure they picked up that fish from the bank, which was counted, took it to the market and sold it, and took the money. That's their faith. They lived on faith. Because Jesus put your net on the other side of the boat, on the right side. And they got the fish. Now Jesus did not call out from the bank to say, you fellows, 3.5 years I trained you, you got back to your old profession. He didn't say that. I called you to be full-time, why you went back to work? He didn't say that. He had a personal conversation and said, see Peter, I called you for 3.5 years, I told you to become full-time. Why you went back and fished? He didn't say that. In fact, he had fish broiling there. He fed them the fish burgers early in the morning. They caught the fish, big fish it says. They brought it on the bank. They counted it, it says. They got the instruction for ministry. They took the fish, took the money, whatever. They enjoyed. The family was blessed. Why do we teach the lie? To serve God, you have to leave your work. Why is it not? I don't think so. So, you have to learn from the one who's on top. And the one on top is responsible to be a good example. And to see that the youngsters don't waste their youth, because if they don't do it now, somebody else is coming and filling the vacuum. And the church becomes weaker economically. They don't have strong families. They're not respected because they don't have the economical power. While the world, churches, looked down upon. The church goes to the world for donations. When the Bible says you are the blessed, where's the blessing? I can't see it in so many places. You want to have a crusade, you want to call people together, go to the world and take a donation. What's happening here? He said you'll be a lender, not a borrower. Are you seeing what he said? We got to reorganize these things and teach it properly. We need our youth to understand these things. Yes, you need to worship, but you don't need to get into that kind of a mode. This is going over the limit. 4 hours of practice to get it perfect. He wants it perfect from here. Play, replay, they're sweating, and then what? Okay, we're all soaking in. I'm telling you where it has gone. Church life. The youth are looking for the next program, Oh, some foreigners, I was listening to some youth the other day. Oh, no, they're talking this, they talk. Oh, we met them, we went to Kerala. We met them, we went to Goa. Youth, you're wasting your time doing this. They're looking for the next program. They're coming back. Who? The foreigners are coming back. For the foreigners, it's a mission. They think they're coming to train us. It's a party. You're losing your job, leaving, borrowing money, fighting with parents, going for these seminars for a week, and losing your grip on what you need to do. Who's teaching them? And the pastors will say, no, my youth all should go out. Because he wants to impress the guests who are coming. So all the youth goes. Pastor said, no. Don't argue with the pastor. How dare you argue with the pastor? Even the parents shouldn't say anything. Another problem that I see over here is, they have finished their degree, they'll do their masters. How well you mastered your degree? Let me know. You've not mastered your degree. You want to do your masters. Why? Because you get another release, no? 2 years, 4 years, somebody is paying the bill. No responsibility. Enjoy life to the brink of it. Most of them are church people. And you come to church, oh, my son is doing masters. For what? The master of what? He doesn't understand what he's doing. For full time he's in church ministry. I know all this. Because most of them end up here to say, sir, is there any job? People put them to a job. After they become old, this is. Now, no more youth. Now, some grey hair comes out of the moustache and beard, no, they want such a job. But the cycle goes on. The next generation is caught in the same cycle. Because the church has got into this tradition of, oh, there should be a big rock show. Generally, the crowds are there. I don't like this. Nevertheless, I have this against you. All these teachings, throw it out. Don't compromise. There's some seriousness. I want to be enthroned. Who are you enthroning? I want to be enthroned. Satan lives. He is enthroned. This is where Satan lives. You live where he lives. I appreciate some who have been my witness, even in the days of Antiochus. In all the challenges, they have been my witness. They have not given up. I like this. I appreciate it. But what about the people who go after Balaam's teaching? Balaam's teaching is very easy, It's so easy. It's so nice. And in the youth meeting, in the youth camps, my goodness, here's the camp. I'm not against it, but listen to me. That's what Balaam said, let them encamp. And let the youth encamp. The girls on one side and the boys on one side. And what happens in the night? The leaders are so tired, they're all gone to sleep. The youth have got a lot of energy. Balaam's teaching. Who's enthroned? Who's watching? They look forward to the next youth camp. This goes on and on and on. And women are reaching their 30s. And then they want to do masters. And the men don't know what they're doing. They only look at the pretty girls. My goodness. Father, forgive me and help us. Father, help us. Thank you, Lord. Verse 16, repent, therefore, otherwise I will soon come to you and will fight against them with the sword of my mouth. It's the word that will split you asunder. It's the word that will show it out to you because you went against my instruction and called the church. Either repent of it or else otherwise come to you and will fight against them. He will personally take this up and fight against them with the sword of my mouth. He will speak his word and show them how they erred in that word and spoiled lives and destroyed lives. Verse 17. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. The Spirit guides and also comforts, because it's difficult sometimes for the church to make a change. You as a ear, pull your ear to feel it. Listen to what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes, he challenges the church to be an overcomer. And to the overcomer, he always rewards. To him who overcomes, I will give some of the hidden manna. The hidden manna? What is it? It's hidden. It's a mystery. I'll give you this mystery to who overcomes. You know what's manna? The meaning of manna is, what is it? It's a mystery. Something that is hidden, I'll give it to you. I will own a white stone with a new name written on it, known only to him who receives it. In other words, hidden manna, a mystery, and a white stone with a new name. And the one who receives it only will know that name. In other words, a white stone is a clean slate. You become an overcomer, your slate is clean. It's a white stone. And I will put a new name, your name change, identity change. Why he talks about name changes? Because names matter. What you are called by matters. And only you will know, because he gives it personally. Your new identity in him is a personal gift to you. But unless you're an overcomer, you should learn to be an overcomer. Now, imagine the congregation of the church. They caught up under the leadership of the church, and there's so much of compromise. He is talking to it. Individually, are you willing to change? I'll give you individually a new gift, a new identity. He's talking to individually. So, the church may be going in various directions. What is the individual doing is what matters. Individually, if we take the instruction, the church comes on course. We are responsible to bring the church back on course. We need to take the instruction. So there's a warning. I'll fight with them with the sword of my mouth. And as a reward, I will grant them the hidden manna and a clean slate with a new identity. What a blessing Clean slate with a new identity. Thank you, Lord. Shall we stand up and thank the Lord? This brings us to the end of this letter of the church of Pergamum. Thank you, Jesus. Father, we want to thank you for this beautiful letter and all these instructions that you have given us. I pray, Lord God, that your word works within us and points out, O God, to everything that we need to rectify and realize, to step up, O God, and understand that we belong to you, your body, and we need to follow your instructions. And so I ask you, Master, that we conduct ourselves in your fear, knowing that we are to be the light of the world and we need to be a proper light and not a light that is colored or dimmed. Not to be a body that is misleading, but we are here to represent you, Lord. And so I ask you this evening that you bless us and commit to you, according to your instruction, to follow your holy ways, to shun the teaching of Balaam or the Nicolaitans or whatever that cramps the church that is not from you. We reject it in Jesus' name. For we are here to praise him and enthrone him and follow him